52 Traders, episode 18.
That strategies, I'm looking for setups where all come in together. So let's say I'm trading a 240 daily and weekly. My weekly's going up, my daily's going up, my 240 has gone down, and then it comes back up in, bang, I'm in. I just want to go with that. And each time my 240 goes against my daily and my weekly and then hooks back in, I add to my position.
Over the next year, your host Cam Hawkins gets inside the minds of 52 of the world's best traders to find out if he has what it takes to become one of them. Join Cam every week on the 52 Traders podcast or at 52traders.com to learn how to trade like the pros. This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not investment, trading, or financial advice of any kind. Trading is very risky and could lose you all of your capital. Any comments about historical performance are not an indication of future results.
What's up, traders? Welcome to another weekly installment of 52 Traders. And today we're lucky enough to have Nigel Hawkes on the show. Nigel hails from the Isle of Wight in England and has been trading commodities, stock indices, and Forex since 1986. Nigel has spoken at many money shows, appeared on CNBC, had articles in Traders magazine, held seminars worldwide for over 1,200 attendees, and now has over 3,000 traders using the Hawkeye Traders volume-based indicators. Welcome, Nigel, and thanks for joining me here on the 52 Traders podcast.
Good morning, Cam. It's very nice to be with you.
Great. Hey, so we've mentioned some of your highlights already, and I know that's only a small part of your story. So now is your chance to tell the listeners a bit more about you personally and what first attracted you to trading.
Well, I've had a very interesting journey that got me into trading. I started off in publishing when I left school. I worked for the Times newspapers in London on the marketing side, which is a posh way of saying I was selling advertising. And I generated from that a magazine that I started myself, and that ended up into quite a substantial little publishing business, which I sold off in the 1980s. And having had a company with about 300 odd people working there, I then decided that I didn't want to do a company with so many employees. And I then went, and a friend of mine told me about trading. And I thought, well, this is easy. And in those days, you could get weekly graph books, and I used to get those and track gold. And that's how I started. And I took a little office and I started to trade. And that was really how I really started trading. It was the ability of not having to have a lot of people working with me in the structure of a big company. And I have to tell you, Cam, I was absolutely appalling at it. And it was only because I'd sold my business for a substantial amount of money, and I was single at the time, that I had the ability to hang in and learn how to trade rather than be one of the statistics of the 90-odd% of people who get flicked out of trading. And it wasn't until I really went off, I decided after 7 or 8 consecutive losing trades, I really had to stop because it was just crazy. So I took myself off to the London Stock Exchange to watch how the professionals traded in the pit. And I went there every day for 2 weeks. I went in the morning, went out at lunch. It stopped at lunchtime in those days, went to the pub. I had a pint with the boys, went out in the evening, really to find what they had that I didn't have. And of course, they had free things. They had the discipline of a working environment. They had free money, which is the spread, the bid and the offer. But thirdly, they could feel the market. They could feel the buying and selling coming in, if you like, the feeding frenzy. And that's when I said, that's what I want to do. And that is when I started my whole journey on understanding volume. And that led me to Phoenix in Arizona, where I got the original course notes from Wyckoff, brought those back to England, started to go through them, and really worked out what volume spread analysis was all about. And from there, I started to trade again, and I was okay. I was not doing much. And then Mark Douglas brought out a book called The Disciplined Trader. And foolishly, he had a contact number in it, and I rang him and flew over from England to Chicago and had a one-on-one with him. And he taught me techniques which really turned me around and really showed me that trading was all about probabilities, not right and wrong, and risk, etc. And from then, I've really not looked back. Okay, there's been times where I've hit flat points, but I would say in average, I know that you're going to ask me later, how long did it take me to really get it? It's a 3 to 5 year journey I went on. And after that, off to the races.
Brilliant. So, and can you give us a bit of insight into you personally? What are you doing now, and how do you spend your time?
Yeah, sure. I live on the Isle of Wight, which is a very beautiful place in England. I'm here for the summer. Sailing is a big passion of mine. Funny enough, as I was involved in the America's Cup down in Australia with the British team when I visited your country and saw the Black Magic being launched for the 12 meters when we were all racing for it after Alan Bond won in Australia. I do a lot of fishing. I do a lot of trading. I do a lot of traveling. I've got the Hawkeye users all over the world, so I've got friends everywhere. I go down to South America. I've got some cattle traders down there who use my stuff. So I do a lot of traveling. I do my trading, my fishing. I love collecting art. There's a few artists that I really follow in the auctions, and I love getting their artwork, etc. And that's what I do.
Cool. Brilliant. Okay, so for those listening for the first time, we're about to enter a round I like to call the fundamentals. So this is where I'll be asking Nigel to tell us stories to help you understand what makes him a successful trader. So Nigel, can you give the listeners some insight into your trading? So your trading style, the strategy you use, timeframes, etc., winning percentages, those sorts of things. Okay, so that was the first part of the show. Now, to hear the full episode, the best bits, join the family at 52traders.com. They usually go for about 45 minutes to an hour long. And trust me, these shows are great. They give us so much insight. Now, if you want to get there quickly, all you need to do is jump into the show description on your phone, and there's a link taking you directly to 52traders.com, where you can join the family over there and listen to the full episode. Now, in the rest of the show, I cover off what my traders do differently from the rest of us. So what is it that they're doing that we're not doing? What their typical trading day looks like, what they would do if they had a day job now and wanted to trade for a living, their preferred trading strategy, so actually how does it work? What we should be educating ourselves on when we're looking at a price chart, so what indicators we should use, what price levels, what chart patterns, all those sorts of things. Also, we touch on fundamentals as well, so how do we use news to our advantage? Trading psychology, tips, tricks, techniques, we go through those. Exiting trades, managing trades that you've got running, so we talk about their strategies. They give you strategies for exiting and managing trades. Books to read, websites to visit, all the best ones. Something that you should try and master over the next month, the broker and platform they use. And finally, last but not least, they give us a full trading strategy. So something you guys can try out at home on your PC this week in the markets if you wish. Now, to get the full episode, you need to jump onto 52traders.com, join the family. As I said, it usually goes on for 45 minutes to an hour, and there's a link in the show description. So if you're on your phone, just jump on there, tap the link, and it'll take you straight to 52traders.com. Now, if you're thinking about learning to automate any of your trading, hiring a developer, learning to code, that sort of thing, then before you do that, jump onto my other website, automatemytrading.com. So if you're interested in automating some or all of your trading, then jump onto automatemytrading.com and you'll see me over there. For now, to hear the rest of this episode, all you need to do is click on the link in the show description or go to 52traders.com. See you there.